That's a right now I'll share you that I did what that multiplication, and rather than class I couldn't attain that.
Okay.
Yeah, multiplication that I have already did, sir. Right now I'll just be posting in the group.
Okay, fine. Okay. And I hope others, I did receive few of the assignments. Okay. Guys, I hope I have made myself very clear. In case if you are really interested in learning something, you have to put some efforts from your side. Only then you'll understand how good you are and which are the areas where you are weak. Unless and until, it will be of no use. Okay. Okay, let me just open up the previous session topics. Out of this team, how many did attended today's morning session? I know Asma did not attend.
Yes,
How
sir.
about rest?
Yes, sir. I attended the session.
My
name is Sudha.
Sudha, yeah, you attended. Sudha attended, and who else?
I'm also, sir. This is Rabia.
Okay, okay. And Uzma Fatima?
Yes, sir.
Mohammed
I
Said?
have
Okay, for any reasons, if you're not able to attend, you might be there in college or some other personal work, not an issue. If you miss out, ensure that you go through the videos that has been uploaded. Okay, right. So, and for those guys who are not attending this session, but you're watching videos, for them, what I would recommend is just instead of watching the video, whenever I say this is a problem, just click on pause, try to attempt it, and then verify your work against what has been explained over here. Okay, that's very, very important. Okay, now actually I remembered one thing. In the previous session, we did mention about print star number of times. Do you remember this? What exactly was the requirement of this? This was our requirement. We wanted to print like this, right? And say we started something like this. Remember? Now what I'm just trying to, what I'm trying to get to this notice is, again, this line which has been highlighted can be again expanded further. How we can do is, like say for example, I would say, I'll remove this. Only this part of line. Print star number of character times. Number of times. Okay. So what is number of characters? 1. At some point of time, it could be a second, it would be 2. Third, it would be 3, right? So here what we can do is, this can be further expanded something like this. Start is equal to 1. Print the character, star or whatever it is there. And then increment start by 1. If start is lesser than or equal to number of char, then go to what is the line number? I can say go to A.
Line 2.
Okay, so this can be termed as A. See, this is just a points. I'm just giving some indications that this is line number A. I'll print a star. Okay, increment by 1. I'll see if the count is lesser than the number what has been supplied. Okay, then go to A, again it will print star. So this line I have further expanded. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. In the similar way, somewhere there was another problem in which we are printing, instead of star, here we are printing 2. Print the value of line, that is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. This is more or less the same way, right? What has been present here, I can just put it over here, and this can be for this line. And instead of star, I can say print what? Print the column. Column is it? Or line? Print the line value.
Value of line, column number of times.
Exactly. Uh, where is it? A column number of times. What is the variable used? Print line. Yeah, print value of line. So I hope you're able to understand. What I've done is I have taken the previous example itself. Now here I had written a very vague statement. Now I have broken down this line into again multiple instructions. Okay, here I'm printing star, here I'm printing the line value. So line value is like in the beginning when we calculated it was 1, it will just print 1 time. Second time it was 2, so it printed 2 times. Third time it was 3, it printed 3 third time, right? So that was following this algorithm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now in both the places we said like print so and so for so and number of times. Okay. Here this what I'm trying to showcase here is this can be written as a function. Now, if you see this pattern and this pattern is almost one and the same. One and the same in sense, okay. One and the same in sense. The only thing that is differing is here I'm printing star, here I'm printing value of line.
Line.
So this is the only thing that has been differing. Otherwise, everything remains the same. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right. So when we come across this kind of scenarios, then we write a generic function in which we will say what character has to be printed and how many number of times it has to be printed. You send me that. I will print that character. So here, if I say in this is a function I'm defining. Okay. Might be for some beginners, if it is getting little difficult, don't worry. If required, we can have a separate session, but just listen to this. Okay. So here I'll write function print character number of times, some name. It can be any name. I will say the character that has to be printed, the number of times that has to be printed. So this I will put it separately instead of confusing it. I wish I had board when I could have explained very clearly. Now, whatever I have to use it via board, I am doing it through this. So here I'm writing a function. Here what I will do, I will say start with 1. A start value is 1. Okay. And then I'll say in the A line number, I'll give this indication right away. In A, print the character. Okay. Next, remaining two things will remain same. What is present here or there? Right. So now instead of writing the whole thing, I will call here, instead of this whole set of lines, I will ignore this. I will strike out this and I will say print number of characters. What I want to print here, line. And how many number of times I have to print number of characters. And what do I do here? What should I type here in this program? So instead of writing all these lines, I will call the same function print char. Here what I'm supposed to print? What we are printing from here?
Star.
Line. Start.
So
Start.
and how many number of times? Number of char times only. Right. So this is something fundamentals of function. So what is a function? Function is nothing but a set of instructions that can be frequently called, can be defined separately as a function. And every time you need to do that operation, you just call that function name and pass the parameters. So what you're passing is nothing but parameters. The star and this two, there are these two parameters that you pass. Say one example, every month you're painting your say walls of your house. Okay. So every time if you're doing it, instead of, there could be certain patterns that you need to define to the guy whenever he comes. Okay. So you would say first paint this color, then this color and this color. Okay. And you hand over paint to him. Right. So every time you call different guy and give this instructions, what you could do is you could keep just one guy, and whenever you need to paint, okay, you have defined the instructions once. So this is the way you're defining the instructions. Okay. And whenever it is required for you to paint the walls, you will just call this guy with that name and you will pass the parameter. Parameter bole to say in the first month you want it blue color and next month you want it in red color. Okay. So you're calling the same function and you're passing the parameter. So what is the parameter? Parameter is something like it works, the function works on those parameters. So whatever you are sending from here, this is called as sending or calling the function. And this is the execution of the function. So what happens, the value which is present in star goes and stores in this char. And whatever the value is present over here, number of character, this value would go and store here. And when this program gets executed, it's working on these parameters, what was value over here. Can you give me some good examples that I can make it understand to others, someone, about functions? What is a function? Have you ever come across something like function stuff?
Suppose we take a address as a function. We need not keep on telling the address. We just write the address function and
Yeah, that is one way. Yeah, that is one way. Good attempt. Okay, let me give another example. Might be it might make you understand. Say, for example, you are attending
Can
some
you
marriage, okay, and you're organizing it. And whenever there is a new visitor, you would put some flowers, you would put some kind of what you say scent upon them, and you would hand over some sweets to them and some drinks. These are the 4 instructions. Okay, so instead of you every time doing it, you call someone from your friends and relatives. You will say, whenever I call your name, okay, do all these 4 instructions. Okay, and what you do is you keep monitoring, you keep looking into the entrance, and the moment you see some guests are coming, you will call that name. Say Pushpa. So the moment you say Pushpa, Pushpa job is come, hand over the sweets, put the scents, put the flowers, XYZ, and then just go back. That's the job of Pushpa. So Pushpa is your function.
Oh,
Yeah. So
yes, sir.
function is nothing but you just define a set of instructions that will be executed frequently with some name and with some parameter. Now with Pushpa's example, what is parameter is? Say for example, it's just imagination. Yeah, don't think that it will be exactly same way. Say you have different kinds of relatives. Okay, so for some relatives you want to put rose, and some flowers you want to put jasmine, and some relatives you want to put some XYZ. Okay, so whenever you know what has to be put to which relatives, but Pushpa does not know. Okay, so when you call Pushpa, you will say Pushpa flowers. So flower is a parameter. So what is job of Pushpa? To take flowers, sorry, roses, and then put onto them. Right. So next time you come, so there are some relatives. Okay, you and your intention is to put jasmine flowers. So you'll say Pushpa and jasmine flowers. So when you say Pushpa and then jasmine flowers, Pushpa is nothing but your function name. And one, what you're passing or what you're telling, like use this flower or use this flower or use this flower, that is your parameters. Okay. And Pushpa is nothing but just a template of that function. Whenever you call Pushpa, she will come and put it. Now tomorrow, say for example, at one situation, there are some guests who are actually not guests. Say we can say some dogs or animals, they come, and by mistake you just call Pushpa and some XYZ flower. But job of Pushpa is to do that. It will come and it will do it. Got it? So what is the function right now? Okay. So next is we will take an example of. I thought someone would be attending to write that example of adding or multiplication. What was these things? Add a algorithm to
Add two
multiply.
numbers. Multiply two numbers without using multiplication operator.
Using operator, multiplication operator. Okay. So this is a requirement. So, and the hint what I said was, say for example, I will say 12 into 3. Just to understand. Say usually what happens if we say 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, immediately we know by default we have learned this. But there could be some kids who have not, they don't remember 12 ones are table. So what they do, the moment we ask what is 12 threes are, in mind they are going to calculate. What they are going to do, first they will add 12 plus 12, right? And they keep in memory, okay, 12 plus 12 is 24. And again to 24 they are going to add 12 and they say it is 36. This is how they do, right? Okay, so what exactly has been done? 12 is been added. How many? Here 1, 2 and 3. Am I right?
Yes,
So
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
now, in case if we need to achieve this program or algorithms using this approach, we have to do the same thing. Say for example, okay, I accept the 12 or whichever the number is. I'll say that is number 1. Okay, becomes my 12. Okay, and number 2 becomes my number of times.
3.
Okay, so what I have to do, first I have to add 12 by 12. That is, okay, how many number of times? 3 number of times. So what I can say is, let the starting number be 1. Right? Then what I will do is, I will say, I might use product as product is equal to 0. So product would contain my value. See, these are the variables I'm declaring. So initially, what is the product value? We will exhibit it here. This is product. Product is 0. And what is num1?
12.
12.
What is num2?
3.
3.
So this is nothing but memory variables. What is there in the memory? Once you execute, what will be the value that it will be there? Okay. So now I will say start. So we have a start variable also. And what is the value of start? 1.
1.
Now what I will do is I will say product is equal to product plus which I have to add, number 1 or number 2?
Number 2.
No,
Number
number 2
1.
is the
Number
number
1.
of times.
Okay. Number
It's
1.
number 1.
Number 1.
Very good. So I will say product is equal to product 1. Okay. Next, what I will do is I will check condition. If start is less than or equal to 3, go to line number 45. Imagine this is my line number 45.
What? Okay.
Okay. I just gave because there it is sometimes Excels behave different way. So this is line 45. And here I'm saying if it is less than this, then go to line number 45. I have just highlighted in red color so that we can understand it has to go back here. Okay. And finally, print the value of what?
Product.
Very good. Okay. So let us start. Now start value is 1, right? Now I'll come to this. So what is the value of product here? Product is equal to
0.
0, right?
0.
Now what I'm saying is product is equal to product plus 1. Sorry,
12.
product plus 12. But product value was 0. So 0 plus 12.
12.
12. So what will be the value after executing this line?
12.
12.
12. Very good. So it will be 12 first time. And next, oh, here I
we
have
start,
to introduce one more line. I have to increment start, right?
Yes, sir.
By 1.
By 1.
That is, in programming, we'll say start is equal to start plus 1.
1.
Or in C and Java, we will say start plus plus. So it's one and
Plus. Okay.
okay. So I will say increment. Now I'm in this line. So what would be the value of start here now after this execution
2.
of this line?
2.
Becomes
2.
2, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm seeing if start is less than or equal to 3. What is the value of start?
2.
2.
Is 2 less than 3?
No.
Yes.
Who
Yes.
said no?
Sorry, sir.
Sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No problem. So 2 is less than 3, it will go back to this. So what it
Yes.
will say, product is equal to product plus num1.
Product is 12.
12.
Product was 12. 12
Product
plus
is
12 is
24.
24.
24.
Okay, and this product value again comes with 24, right?
24.
Right? So this is the second line of execution.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what
Increment.
happens? Then increment start by,
Increment start by 1.
so I'll just increment. So what it becomes now?
3.
3. Excellent. Okay. Now it becomes 3. Now what I will do is
If
start, start less than or equal to 3. Yes.
equal.
It is still yes because it is equal. So
Yes.
it will go back to line number 45 here.
45.
And now what it says?
Product is
equal to
24 plus 12.
plus 12. That is now
36.
product becomes 36. So 36 values goes and stores into product.
Product.
And finally, what is the value that has been printed?
Print the value of product is 36.
36. Exactly. So this is how you trace your programs. Okay.
Okay.
See, in the beginning, before giving the thought, okay, it seems like it was difficult or something like this. Okay. But the moment you start attempting, might be it is wrong or it might be totally and altogether in a wrong direction. Just try to attempt. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Do you want to execute this with other numbers or is this fine? Shall we take small number and execute it once?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I will do is I will take the same copy.
Yes.
So I will say initially the number 1 is equal to say 4. Okay. And this is equal to 3. Okay. It was 3 right now. So let it be 3. Okay. So we'll start. Product is 0, which is here. Number is 4. So this I'll say number is 4.
4.
And number 2 is 3. Okay. And start value is 1, right?
1. 1.
So now what will be the product value here? Product
0.
is equal to product
0.
plus
0.
1. So it was 0. 0
0.
plus
Plus 4.
4.
Is
So
equal
it
to 4.
becomes
Value
4.
is 4.
And what is the, when now here, what is the
Increment
value of start?
Plus
Start
1.
is
2. Start is 2.
right. Now is start lesser than or equal to 2?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Start is 2, it is less than 3. Yes, it will go back here.
Go back to
So what will
product.
be the value of product now? Earlier it
4.
was 4.
4.
4 plus
4
4.
plus 4 is equal to 8.
8.
So 8 goes and stores into this product
Product
variable.
is 8. Okay, increment
Next,
star start
earlier it was 3, right now it is,
3.
sorry, 2, right now it is 3.
3
Less than or equal to 3, yes.
is
Go back
equal.
here,
Product
8
is 8
plus 4.
plus 4 is 12.
12. Okay. And then increment it, now this becomes 4.
Okay.
Is 4, because now we are checking start, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
is 4 less than or equal to 3? No.
No.
So obviously it will go to the next line. This
Print
go
the
to line
value
will
of
not be
product.
executed.
Okay.
And the value of this thing is 12.
12.
12.
Right, guys?
Yes,
So
sir.
this is a simple algorithm. Actually, this is how we are going to break every problem into small chunks. Okay.
Okay.
So what was the other problem? The other problem was, what is it? Divide, right? Divide two numbers without using operators. So when you divide, how do you actually divide? Say, for example, you divide 2 by 5, right? Somehow it
Yes,
looks
sir.
like this. So you say 2
2 to
twos
the
are
4.
4. Okay.
Remainder is
And
1.
remainder is 1.
1.
So this is what you're going to do, right? But especially the chore kids who don't understand multiplication and other stuff, what do? They don't know the tables. 2 ones are ठीक है. When it comes to 12 and 25, what they do?
They subtract.
They subtract. They go in the similar approach. Okay. Either subtract or they can go in this approach only, right? First, they will say 2. Okay. 2 plus 2, 4. Again, they are going to add plus 2. 6. 6 is greater than 5. No, no, no. Just come back to the previous one. Something like this they are going to add, right? So we also need to think in that way and we have to come up. Honestly speaking, I don't have the logic for this. I have to just think and then come up with the logic. Okay. I thought of preparing the logic, but let's work out together. What do? We will say let the number be. So which is uh, divisor here? Number 2 is divisor, is it?
Yes, sir. 2 is
Sir.
the divisor.
2
5 is
is
the
the
dividend.
divider, right?
Yes, 5 is the dividend.
Divider. So let the divider be 2. Okay. And what is 5?
Dividend.
Divisor.
No, something.
Dividend.
Dividend, right? Okay. Let the dividend. So these are actually variables. I can use any other name. I can say Asha and Pushpa, divider and dividend. Okay, but I'll be using a meaningful name such that I will not get confused. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the two things. Now what I have to do is I have to keep on adding and check the remainder. Remainder is it?
Yes, sir.
There is
1 is the remainder.
1.
I can say sum. I'll say
Sum
sum
is
is
equal to 0.
very good. And I will say reminder.
Remainder is equal to
No, not reminder. I will do it later. Okay. Let me say, what is this upar wala quotient, is it?
Quotient, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Quotient.
Quotient is, I'll
2.
say 0. No, 0 is after dividing.
Okay.
So I have started like this. Now what I will do is, I will say, we'll say if execute below. See, it's pure simple English here, just breaking in such a way that the system can understand. Okay. Execute below steps. We can rephrase it later. Okay. While some कैसे करेंगे? Okay. What I will do is I will see if sum is while sum plus divider is less than dividend. Does it make sense? So very first time, what is sum? 0.
0.
0 plus what is divider?
2.
2. 0 plus 2 is just 2.
2.
2 is less than 5. So execute.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. I'll just frame it, write it, and then we will see if that works or there could be an issue or problems there. First, so next what I have to do is I have to say sum is equal to sum plus sum plus what divider,
Divider.
because I have to very first time, that is, and quotient.
Quotient.
Very first time quotient is 1.
1. Okay.
So I'll say increment quotient by 1.
1. Okay.
Right. And I will say sum.
Print terms.
Okay. Then I will say go to line number. See, first attempt might be wrong. Okay. But let's see.
70. Okay.
Sum plus divider. Sum became now 2. Okay. Let's execute this. Okay. And then finally what I will say is remainder is equal to dividend minus, you understand, no? I don't need to write this. Minus sum.
Sum. Okay.
Okay. Next, I will say print quotient. I mean print quotient, QUOTNT, comma, sum,
TINT.
comma. These are the two things I have to print, right? Sum. Okay, right. Let's see. So let's execute this. So what is divider value? Divider is 2.
2.
Dividend
5.
5. And next I'm saying
Sum.
sum
0.
0. And quotient
0.
is 0. And I'm making use of any other variables here.
No.
Remainder. Here in line number 74.
Yes. Reminder.
Remainder, nothing is there, but later on it will get the values. Okay. So what happens in these two values? These are the values already filled in. So this is just memory holders.
Okay.
Okay. Now, sum is 0, quotient is 0. Execute below set of lines. When I mean to say below set of lines means I am referring to this set of lines.
Okay.
Okay. So execute below set of lines while sum plus, what is sum? We'll understand this. What is value of sum right now?
0.
0. And 0 plus what is divider?
2.
2.
So here if you see, I am saying this part.
Okay. 0 plus 2.
Right. While sum plus divider, sum is 0, divider is 2. 2 plus 0 is how much?
2.
2. Is less than dividend. What is dividend?
5.
5.
5. So is 2 less than 5?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then it will execute this statement.
Okay.
Okay. Now it is true, so it's come here. Now what happens to sum? Sum was
Sum
0.
is 2. Now sum is
Yes.
2, no, sir?
Yes. 0 plus 2
Yes.
goes back and stores into sum. So now the second time value is
2.
sum value is 2.
2
Okay.
plus
I'll just make it centered so that we not get confused.
2 plus 2.
Okay. So after executing this statement, the value of sum became
2.
2. Right? Okay. Now I increment quotient by 1.
1.
Where is quotient?
Quotient is 0 and now 1.
Now it becomes 1.
1.
Now I'm saying blindly go to line number 70.
70. Okay.
So in line number 70, what it says? Sum
Sum
plus
plus
divider.
divider.
Sum
Divider.
is
Plus 2.
2
Divided
plus
is
2
2.
is 4.
4.
4 is less than 5.
Yes, sir.
So it again executes this.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Now here what happens? Sum
Sum
was
is
2.
2
2 plus divider.
2.
So second line, in the second execution, it becomes 4.
4.
4.
And
Increment
quotient by 1. So now
2.
quotient became 2.
2.
Okay. Now go to line number 70.
70.
So what is value of sum? Sum
Sum is
is
4.
4. 4 plus divider, that is 2.
2.
4 plus 2 is 6.
6.
Is
No.
6 less than
No,
dividend,
sir.
that is 5? No.
No.
So
No.
it will not go to this statement, rather it
Yes,
will
sir.
go to this statement.
Reminder.
Now
Okay.
what here it says? Remainder is equal to dividend. What is dividend?
Dividend is
5.
5.
And what is sum?
4. 4.
4.
Minus
5
1.
minus 4 becomes
1.
1. Okay. And what is the value of quotient?
3. No more.
Huh?
2. Sorry, 2.
You can see here, this is how it was executed. 2.
Okay, 2.
Right?
Because 2 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
This line executed only twice. Third
2.
time, 2 plus 4 became 6. So it did not execute this statement.
Yes,
So it
sir.
was not incremented. What was the
Yes, sir.
previous value? Was 2.
2.
Now it will print 2 divided by 5. Quotient is 2. Remainder is 1.
1. Okay.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Clear,
sir.
guys? Makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. I see some messages here. Okay. Zaid, which part of the sentence you want me to execute, re-execute? This dividend, I did not see that message. This one or this one? If it is not possible to talk, you can just type the message also. I'll repeat once again. Okay. Let me just, I don't know which, I'll repeat this once again. Let me take up this example, this algorithm, and repeat it again with some different values. This time, I will say divider is 3.
Sorry, sir. I have one question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, print is quotient or sum. Quotient is 2. Sum is 4.
Yeah.
How to
Quotient
print
reminders. I have to print remainder.
Okay.
Okay. See, whatever I need to print, I can just print it. That's not a problem. Once you have the results,
Okay.
you can print it whatever you want.
Quotient
Okay.
is 2.
So now I'll take divider as 3. Okay. And dividend as say 10 or 9. I'll say 10. Sum is 0, quotient is 0. Okay. So sum is 0, quotient is reset to 0. Remainder
is
it
0.
was not there.
Okay.
Nothing is present here. Okay. Now what I'm saying is execute below while when sum, I mean, you're not adding, you're just adding and verifying. What is sum? Sum is 0, 0 plus divider. That is 0 plus 3.
3.
Is less than, sorry, this
10.
is 10.
10.
We have made to 10. Okay. So 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 is less than 10. Yes. Then execute this set of statements.
Okay.
So what does the first statement says?
Sum is
Sum is equal to
0.
sum plus divider.
Sum plus divider is equal to 3. 3.
Exactly. So this becomes
3.
3 now. I'll just override it here only.
Okay.
Next, increment quotient by 1. Quotient was 0. Now it becomes
1.
1.
very good. And now go to line number
970.
So again, what I will say, sum plus
Sum plus
divider, 3
divider.
plus
Sum
3.
6.
6.
6 is less than 10?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Then
Yes.
Then
we
we
can
can
execute
go
this.
sum.
Sum is equal to sum plus
Sum
divider.
plus.
Sum is equal to, earlier sum
6.
was 3 plus divider, that is 3. 3 plus 3
6.
becomes
6.
6.
Quotient will
okay.
2.
Increment quotient, perfect. Okay.
True.
And then go to line number 70.
70.
And 70 it says 6
6
plus
plus
3
3 is
is
equal to
9.
9.
9.
9 is less than 10.
10.
Execute this.
Yes.
So
10.
sum plus
9.
divider is
Sum is equal to
Sorry,
9.
sum is equal to sum plus divider, that is 3
9.
plus 6 is 9.
9.
So this becomes 9.
Increment quotient by
Quotient
3.
by 1, 3.
1 by 3.
Okay, go to line number. Now here, now at this stage, 9 plus 3 is 12.
Yes.
12 is less than dividend? No. Then skip this. Do not execute this. Come out.
Okay. Okay.
Now say remainder is equal to dividend. 10 minus sum.
Sum.
Okay, sum is 9. So remainder
And there
becomes
is
your
1.
1. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Zaid, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
fine. Oh, very good. Okay. So what else can we do next? Is there any other program you want me to repeat? See, guys, this is very, very important. Now, the guys who are already aware of Java or algorithms, they are not here. If you remember in the beginning, okay, there was guys approximately 25. Now we have reduced to 10. In this 10, I want everyone to understand the basic fundamentals. Even if it is very, very simple queries, please ask. See, the advantage of many cases, what happens, you would fear like you would sound dumb. But what happens if you don't ask a question? Okay, you still remain dumb. Okay, so if any simple things, anything has to repeat it, it's okay. We will repeat it. Okay. So we have done these 2-3 programs. Now, what my request is for everyone, you have this video, can keep it separately. Try to attend by yourself all the programs, though we have already done it. Okay. Then you will actually understand how exactly to crack this kind of algorithms. Okay. So meanwhile, let me also think of coming up with more similar examples, which would actually force your brains to get into use. Okay. So try and attend, and you can send out in the group whatever you have, whatever you are doing. Okay. And in case if there are any in the similar way, some examples of your college homework or your school's homework, you can just send it to me. If required, we can execute as exercise for the entire team. But it has to be interesting, and it should not be very, very lengthy. Like I don't want bubble sort and some kind of a sorting stuff, because we have not come to that level yet. Okay. Right. So with this, we will stop right now over here. But again, as usual, one questions to you guys. What is difference between knowledge and intelligence? One and the same? Am I on mute?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Any inputs? You can also type it if at all if it is difficult to answer. I mean, if you're not able to talk because of background noise or something like this.
Knowledge is what we learn from experience, and
Okay.
intelligence is where we apply knowledge.
Perfect. Exactly. Okay. You're absolutely right. So knowledge is something you just learn by reading books or observing or listening and stuff like that. And intelligence is where exactly you're going to apply that. Okay. So right now what you're kind of getting is just a knowledge. Now to start applying, you should just apply this in advance during these stages. Only then you'll be able to apply. Okay. Right. So, I mean, for this reason, what I request you, everyone is just attempt it. Even though if you feel that you're very good at it or something like this, just attempt it. Take some complicated examples. Okay. Meanwhile, we'll just have one more session, and whosoever is possible to attend in the morning times, if you don't have any college and other stuff, please attend even Schweppes classes as well. Okay. You keep listening. What happens is you will get into that kind of a context where you can just think like a programmer. Okay.
Okay.
So that's it, guys, for today. Anything else if you need to ask, we can ask, or else we can end the session today. You can stop this recording. Let me.